Welcome to the Chromperfect user training series. We are currently in Section 1, Understanding the System. In the previous chapter, we introduced the overall system architecture. In this chapter, we are focusing on understanding instrument status states. This training series is designed to help you understand how Chromperfect works. It is not intended to troubleshoot hardware connections, driver configuration, or communication faults. Today, we will explain what the different status messages mean and how to interpret them. What the status column represents. The status column reflects the current acquisition condition of each configured instrument. It tells you what the system is reporting about the instrument at that moment. These messages describe acquisition readiness and instrument activity. They do not describe ownership or user control. Ownership is handled separately and will be discussed in a later chapter. Offline indicates that the instrument is not currently communicating with the acquisition system. This may occur during startup, when hardware is disconnected, or when communication is not possible. Offline represents a communication failure or error condition. In this state, acquisition cannot begin. Awaiting download is typically seen when Chromperfect has just been installed, or when previous user activity has been cleared. It simply means that no acquisition information has yet been provided. There is currently no method selected, no sample name defined, and no base file name assigned. The system is waiting for user input before it can prepare the instrument for acquisition. Once a method is downloaded successfully, the status will change. Downloading indicates that configuration information is being transferred to the instrument. Uploading indicates that information is being retrieved from the instrument. On newer instruments with faster communication protocols, these messages may only appear briefly or may not be noticeable. On older instruments with slower communication speeds, these states may remain visible for longer periods. These are temporary communication states. Ready indicates that the system is prepared to begin acquisition. A successful method download will change the status from awaiting download to ready. Depending on the instrument type and method configuration, this state may or may not involve the transfer of instrument set points. Ready simply means that the acquisition system is prepared to run. In run indicates that data acquisition is actively in progress. The system is collecting data and writing it to a raw file. During this state, a real-time chromatogram will normally be displayed in the acquisition client, if that display option has been selected. Note that on the Status tab, the status display does not show in run, but instead the actual real-time progression of the analysis in minutes. The status in the Selection tab always shows the status as in run. This state continues until the run completes or is manually stopped. Instrument-specific states. Some instruments report additional status messages that reflect their physical condition. These may indicate that the instrument is not ready, is in a pre-run phase, or is completing post-run activities. These states often appear when the instrument is performing a task, such as preparing an autosampler injection, stabilizing oven temperatures, or waiting for pressures or other environmental conditions to reach programmed values. The exact wording and the time required to reach a ready state will depend on the specific instrument and its configuration. Status and ownership. It is important not to confuse instrument status with instrument ownership. Before a method can be downloaded or a run started, the instrument must be claimed. For smaller or single-user systems, this is straightforward. An instrument must simply be claimed before it can be used. Chromperfect supports multi-user logins and user privileges. The claim and release feature exists to allow different users to work independently without interfering with one another. This prevents another user from modifying instrument settings or starting a run while someone else is actively using the instrument. For now, it is sufficient to understand that status describes the acquisition condition, while claiming determines who has operational control. Summary. The status column provides a clear indication of each instrument's acquisition condition. Offline indicates no communication. Awaiting download indicates that acquisition information has not yet been provided. Ready indicates that the system is prepared to run. In run indicates that data acquisition is actively in progress. Additional instrument-specific states may reflect physical instrument preparation or stabilization. Special note: data can only be collected once an instrument has been claimed. Understanding these messages helps you interpret what the system is doing without needing to troubleshoot. Congratulations! You have now completed video 1.2 in the Chromperfect Beginner's Guide. At this stage, you understand how the system reports instrument status and what those states represent. This foundational knowledge is important before moving into practical acquisition exercises. Up next. In the next video, we will perform a controlled verification run using the A-test method. This will demonstrate how a properly configured system transitions from ready to in run, and how acquisition data is generated in a controlled and predictable way. Thank you for watching Section 1, Chapter 2 of the Chromperfect training series. If you found this helpful, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for future training content. For more information, visit chromeperfect.com.